you doing prior to stay in shape, stay in kicking shape? Where were you working out?
I was back home in Jupiter, Florida. I was rehabbing from my injury, and then last couple weeks been feeling good, and got the opportunity here. So.
What was the injury?
I had a little quad strain, which is why I got released from Cleveland, and so I was just itching to get back on the field. So I'm happy to be here.
Is there a chemistry level for you with the holder and stopper? Is there anything you guys got to do to get on the same page, or is it pretty standard?
I mean, there's timing stuff. Some guys take longer than others to get set up. Some guys are quicker than others. So I think it's for Zach and Blake to kind of look at me and ask me what I want, how I like the ball held. Minor details, but enough to affect what I do. So they've been really good and inviting to me. So it's been great.
And, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay.
How do you look at it? You know, you got lots coming back. Is this kind of like an audition for you to show everybody else that you're, can still do it?
I mean, sure. I have 8 years of tape that say so, and I have a pretty good accuracy record and things of that nature. So I don't necessarily look at it like that. But again, I know this is Will's job. I'm just here to do a great job until he's healthy, and whenever that may be. So I'm just gonna go week by week and try to help this team win.
Can you maybe talk about, I guess, like the mental fortitude you have to have knowing a situation like this? You just said you make kicks, you have a job. If you don't have a job. And I mean, how does that galvanize you over 8 years of having to deal with that?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, me and my wife have moved around a good bit, and it's just part of the gig, It's a great job. I get to kick a ball for a living, and I'm 29 years old, still doing it. So it's just part of the job. I think you got to have a strong mental capacity, like you kind of just mentioned, and you kind of just roll with the punches. Some days aren't your best, some days are, and you just kind of roll with it.
Cody, when you're not working, I guess when you were in your position, are you kind of eyeing the league and saying, or monitoring situations, thinking, okay, I don't want to wish any ill on anybody, but here might be an opportunity?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're on the outside looking in, you kind of look at who did good, who did bad, and unfortunately, and I've been in the situation when you're outside looking in, someone has to do bad or get injured for an opening to happen. So you obviously never want that to happen to anybody, because I've been in those shoes before. But door open for me, and here I am.
How refreshing is it that you get to work with Rizzy again?
I really like playing for him in Miami, so I'm really excited. He runs a really good group, and his meetings are a lot of fun, energetic, and I would consider him like a player's coach. Everybody that's played for him that I know of has really liked him, and I really enjoy playing for him.
What makes him a little bit different? It seems like he's held in that regard of being one of the top special teams guys. I
think he just treats us really well, and he makes things, like I said, fun and energetic. The mood's pretty light, and when it needs to be serious, it's serious. But he's just someone that, I look back on the teams, the coordinators I've played for, he's definitely one of my favorites to play for.
What have your overall impressions been initially about the organization?
Class organization, facilities are amazing. Everyone seems really nice, coming up to me, introducing, and yeah, it's been great. It's fantastic so far.
It's probably a dumb question, but have you kicked at FedEx before, and are there any nuances there?
Yeah, I've kicked there a few times, and obviously every time's different, because there could be wind, there could be rain, there could be, so not necessarily, but you kind of go in pregame and you try to figure that stuff out.
We're good.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, Taysom, we asked James this, how tough it is for him, when you're coming in. But is it tough for you just throwing, one pass a game? When you come in and throw one pass, it's like, do you wish you was getting more of a rhythm too?
Yeah, for sure. I think anytime you just go in and do one thing one time, and it's challenging, but I've been doing it for a while, and we make it work, and something that I'm used to, and kind of know what it takes for me to be prepared to do that, and so I'm good with that. I think some of the things that you can't really control is there are different things that I'm asked to do, whether it's blocking, running a route, whatever, and sometimes you smash your hand or whatever, and then you have to go and throw a ball, and it's one of those things that you just make do.
Did that happen to you this last week? You smashed your hand?
No.
Didn't know if it was a very recent example. I think something's getting there. But Sean said you stubbed your foot on the interception.
Yeah, when I went to plant, my cleat just got stuck in the turf. Just wasn't able to get anything behind the throw.
When you look at this front seven, I mean, you talk about the physicality you all have played with this season, I mean, is this like a hard hat game, to use a term that may be a cliche, but when you look at that front seven?
Yeah, for sure. I you know, you turn the tape on, and these guys are really talented up front. Really good pass rushers. Obviously, their edge guys are some of the best in the NFL, and it'll be a really good challenge for us up front. And you know, I've been really impressed watching them.
Taysom, what's it like when you watch your touchdown run and you just bowled over all those guys? I mean, what's kind of reaction in the film room, and what was it like for you to watch that?
I don't know. You know, I think you step into this role that I've been doing, and I think the mindset is do whatever you can to help your team win football games. And you know, I like to come in and try to add a spark and, you know, some energy when and where I can. So that was just one of those opportunities that I had. And you know, you get in the moment and you see the goal lines. You know, you're trying to get a first down. And it's just one of those things you just keep running. You don't quite know how it's going to work out, but you know, that one worked out well.
When you look at the tape, does it surprise you a little bit of when you watch how that play unfolded and the defenders that either missed or you kind of?
Yeah, you know, honestly, I don't really think of it that way. You know, I think that it's just all about making plays when and where you can. So I don't watch the film and say, oh, I was surprised that it played out that way. It was just one of those things where, as a runner, you try to keep your legs moving, and I was able to do that and stay on my feet. So I don't really have an assessment of the touchdown play and how it played out. It's just one of those things that worked out well for us.
In the moment, there seemed to be a little bit of a pause. Was there a kind of a gathering of, oh, 6 right here, or you know, did you just kind of have to get your mind back into it?
Sorry, a pause.
Yeah, it seemed like a little stop at the goal line after you break all the tackles, and then you kind of almost step across.
No, I mean, he grabbed my face mask, and you know, so it kind of spun me around, and someone grabs your face mask, stops your momentum that way. That's all that happened.
Did you score? Like when you put the ball before that?
Yeah, I think he scored.
Yeah,
I think so.
You mentioned before that you cut weight just for quarterback. Did you gain any weight back after?
I've put a few pounds on. As of late, I probably have a little ways to go still, but I'm comfortable with where I'm at currently and what I'm asked to do.
What's the process for gaining the weight? Is it just a lot of protein shakes or eating more? Or?
Yeah, I think it's really just eating more. You know, I don't want to gain bad weight just to gain weight, so I try to eat the right things, just a little bit more. My weight room, you know, stuff that I'm doing might be a little bit different, but that's really, you know, the process that I've been doing.
Taysom, going back to that run, I mean, you do realize that a lot of guys in the league can't make that play, though, right?
I mean, look, I don't know. I think a lot of guys don't have opportunities to make the run, but I don't know. I try not to dwell on stuff like that. Obviously, it ended up being a good play, and I think with as good of our O-line is, and you know, the perimeter blocking and everything, there's just so many things, so many moving parts there, and I was the benefactor of some great blocking schemes, and you know, so that's really my mindset about that particular run, and hopefully more in the future. Good. All right, thanks, guys.
Paulson, how do you kind of view, like, first 4 weeks? Seems like there's been some really good, some stuff to kind of correct. How do you kind of view that?
Yeah, like you said, I think there's some things that have gone really well, a lot of things to kind of work on and get better on, especially after the last game. So for me, just again, coming back, looking at everything as a learning experience, just trying to take away something I can take from every game, something I did good, and also something that, you know, a lot of things I need to work on.
What are you looking at after the last game?
Just finishing plays a lot of times, you know, being right there but not quite making the play. So trying to find a way, whether it's you know, if my foot's in the wrong place or just bursting out of a break, just trying to find any way to kind of turn those close plays into actually being plays that I make on the ball.
And just as a unit as a whole, you guys have done a really good job of eliminating those explosives. Last week there were a few. Was there anything you guys did as a group that you kind of looked at and said, all right, like we could have done this better?
I think tackling better, just getting guys on the ground when they do catch a pass. I know me personally, there was a couple quick passes to where I could have got them on the ground. So just trying to eliminate the yards after contact.
There was a overtime, I think it was second to last play of overtime. Galladay got open. It looked like, is that like a mix-up in communication?
Yeah, that's something that we just got to fix between our room, make sure it doesn't happen again. We can't have guys, you know, running free through our coverage.
When you say that you could have gotten a guy on the ground better on the tackling, were you able to look at it and say, oh, that's why I missed him? Like, did you see exactly what you did wrong, or was it just,
yeah,
or did the guy just make a really good play?
Yeah, just being, you know, when you're coming in, being locked in the whole play, right? You know, striking with the near foot, making sure you're really keying in on the right things.
Was that a surprise for this group? Because it seems like you guys are all pretty good tacklers. It seems like that's something that everybody has in common, and then just like seemed like a hard day for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think just, you know, all you can do is kind of come back and look at the tape, say, okay, right here, you know, this is what I could have did better, and then just try to apply that for the next game.
You notice teams trying to do anything differently to you now that they have some, like, film of you? I mean, before, like, they'd have to go back to, like, 2019, right?
Not necessarily. I think everybody, you know, every week you're going to get everybody's best shot, so they're game planning us. They're looking at the tape. They're looking at week 1, 2, 3, 4, seeing, oh, if I gave up something here, let's see if he fixed it. So me personally, just kind of looking back, okay, this is what I've done well, this is what I haven't done well, this is what teams are looking at, and trying to kind of find what ways they're going to try to attack me and the defense as a whole.
The big picture is you're playing a lot of snaps every week. As a rookie who didn't play football last year, you have to, like, on balance, I would imagine, I can't think for you, but I would imagine you'd be generally pleased with how it's going so far.
I mean, at the end of the day, nobody cares, you know, whether you played or you didn't play. You're out there to do a job. So for me, I look at it as if I'm out there, then, you know, they believe in me, so, you know, I can't let anybody down, and I got to ask for the best out of myself and for the team.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I want to do my job, and I don't want anybody to say anything to me about what I have to do, not in a bad way, but in a way of, like, I need to make sure I know what I'm doing so that this guy to my right can do his job. And he doesn't have to overcompensate because I'm not doing my job, or, you know, the guy to my left can do his job because he knows I'm doing my job. I think that's like the understanding on our team, I think. And I think that's why we're good, you know.
As someone, you know, who actually led the club in receptions last year, what was it like to have a game with 26 runs and no receptions, in terms of just your in-game flow, like or dislike, and then also in terms of recovery?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you talking about, like, recovery like my body?
Yeah, recovery like your body, but also in terms of your in-game flow. It was a different game for you, you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I feel like I've said this every year I've been in the league. Like, we talk about touches and we talk about, you know, workload. And, I mean, 26 touches was 26 touches. Like, you know, I'm still alive. I'm good. I'm breathing. I feel fine. Like, just that other aspect of receptions and things like that. I mean, it felt weird. That was the first time I didn't have a reception in my career, probably, I think. I think I saw something like that. So, I mean, that was weird. Obviously, I don't know. I mean, that's something I like to do, and I feel like, you know, I think we get some pretty explosive plays when I catch the ball. But, you know, I mean, I can't be mad at running the ball and getting 100 yards and, you know, us doing good things on offense. Like, I'm never mad when we're doing good things on offense and say I don't score or I don't get X amount of touches or I don't get X amount of yards. But, you know, like, my biggest thing is, like, say, okay, last week we lose, and I'm like, dang, I didn't catch the ball. Is it my fault? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm always looking for what I can do to help impact the game. And when I see things like that, it's like, dang, man, maybe if I – but I don't call the play. I don't know. It's just like I'm in limbo a little bit sometimes with that. But like I said, I do my job.
When Tony got hurt, it's a little weird because then you had to run more anyway.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, do your job. That's all it is.
Saying he feels like defenses are trying to take you away first, and they worry about you more as a receiver than as a runner.
Yeah, I'm not worried about any defense taking away my me as a receiver at all. That's what I'm saying. As long as the opportunity is there, if we get with Tony going down, it was kind of tough because I mean we just got into a situation where we were running the ball, and I feel like if it's dialed up and called, you can't tell me I won't get one reception.
Right, but you're not worried about it. But Jameis has been harping on how decision-oriented he is, like decision over result. Maybe you need to tell him, well, it's always a good decision with throw to me.
That's not that. Y'all know me enough. That's not my style. I'm team, but yeah, I think it's more opportunity. Jameis isn't calling the plays either, so maybe some of the looks where it's an opportunity to pass me the ball and we're not getting the look. Maybe that's what he's saying.
I'm not gonna pull a Keyshawn and throw me the damn ball.
Oh no! I ain't gonna do that. Even though I like Keyshawn, but I'm not gonna do the throw me the damn ball thing. Maybe I need to. Maybe I'll get one reception.
When you say it's more opportunity, what do you?
I'm talking about just play calling wise. It's not that Sean's not calling it to be like, oh well, no, I don't want to get Alvin the ball. It's like the flow of the game. Sometimes it just like last week, some of the pass looks that we had that we had schemed, we didn't get those looks. So it's hard to you don't want to force and call a play because we installed it during the week and it's 1st and 10 and now it's 2nd and 10 because it's not the optimal look for what we were trying to get. So I mean you if you understand football you kind of understand that, and that's why I'm never mad. It's like I'm always like, man, what could we have done? And it's like you do so much during the week and then Sunday it's like it has a life of its own. You might scheme something all week and Sunday get there and it's like they're playing some completely different look and you're like, shoot, you can't call it. You want to sometimes and it's like you can't force that because it's bad football.
Can I ask you one non-football question?
Mm-hmm.
You were always at Pelicans games courtside.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to go back this year with rules being lifted, and have you watched any of the team's preseason?
Oh yeah. I know they had one last night, right? Yeah, and I was gonna go, but I ended up I was a little busy, but I'm excited for them. You know what I'm saying? I think they got some opportunity. I mean, they've been good over the past couple of years. I think it's been a lot of shuffling, coaching changes, and things like that. I know those guys want to get some stability and some consistency with that, and I know they feel like they can be good. I mean, they got guys that obviously have played a lot of basketball, and I mean, when you kind of have that inconsistency and you try to find like a routine and I guess, like I said, consistency in coaching and things like that. I mean, it takes off the pressure of dealing with that and you could just focus on basketball. So I feel like they focus on basketball now and they can kind of get going.
It's been like with getting Divino Zigbo back,
oh yeah,
training camp memories.
Yeah, Ziggy, man. Ziggy had a great camp when he was here, man. And I think when he left and obviously got picked up by the Jaguars, we were happy. But that was one of those guys where we was like, dang, I hope he don't get picked up. But he back, he made it back. Still look good, smart dude. Loves the game. So I mean, he'll have some opportunity. Should have some opportunity to come in and be able to contribute.
Thanks,
Cool. Yeah.